bridge is looking good. Dave. Lance.
Hey, welcome back. Not everyone will remember that cartoon reference, but it seemed to fit for the moment when Lance said Dave, I said Lance. But it is time to punch out for the day. Punch that clock, call it a day, and hit the slopes. And the slope that we're going to hit is going to be the one up Turtle Mountain.
Oh, baby. It's going to be a good day.
Beyond a good day, it's going to be a great day. This is going to be a lot of fun. So it's Chris, Trevor, Lance, and myself. I had planned this out a little while back. I guess we just talked about it, and then I put it up as an option for the coming weekend, and the weather lined up, and it turns out the bridge was in place, and the quads have been running on the trail, so it's packed down, and we can actually get up it. And so here we are. Just up in front of me is Trevor on his Husaberg, and that is a sweet bike. He doesn't have a lot of hours on it. He actually has another bike that he rides more frequently, but I'm always happy to see that Husaberg come out. And Chris, of course, is on his 300 XC, and Lance, bringing up the rear just behind me, is on his Honda 650. Well, he was just behind me, but then he's not now.
A tree caught right in here and pulled me off. I was foot dabbing.
Yeah. And it pushes you right out into the middle, right?
Which is soft.
And you're driving behind a bunch of people.
What'd you do?
Oh, I did a little dance.
You hit the center line?
Yeah, just like got one wheel, one rut.
Who wants to go first?
Huh? Not me, no. I'll See, it's unfortunate he was last. Everybody missed that.
Dave?
That doesn't make for very good video, though.
Okay, well.
No, it doesn't make for great video when I'm out in front because you don't see anything in the camera. But today you can see the Struggle Bunny just there on my front fender. And it's not because I earned it, I just thought I'd bring the Struggle Bunny along just in case someone did earn it. So as I said, the conditions were really good. As long as you stayed in one of the tracks, left or right. Crossing the center line was a 50-50 proposition, as Lance found out. And yeah, if you crossed it, it was at your own peril. I think the Struggle Bunny was looking after me on this trip because I didn't fall at all, and I think the other boys had a few falls. Chris tried really hard to jinx me and make sure I did fall, but you know what? The Struggle Bunny's power is strong.
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, it might be just a touch loose now.
Okay. It's okay now? Oh!
Just a touch loose.
Too much?
I usually do right at the back of your guard, 3 fingers.
It's a loose 3 fingers.
Now, it may be a bit of a shocker to everyone that 3 fingers is not a bad tool for measuring chain slack. Anyway, minor little adjustment there to the chain tension, and Chris is all good. He did put a lowering link in on his bike, so he's just kind of getting the chain into its sweet spot now that the geometry's been changed a little bit. A little shoulder check there, and everyone's in line and moving, so it's time to get going.
Don't want to hit a tree.
Hey, well, thank you for that, Captain Obvious. You nailed it. You don't want to hit a tree. working our way up the mountain, and it's been pretty easy going, and a lot of you that have ridden this trail in the summer know that it's not an easy trail in the summer, but in the winter time this isn't too terrible. Though we still haven't made it to the top yet. And if you heard me go ow, well, that's one of the challenges of riding here in the winter, because you're about 1.5 feet higher off the ground, and all the trees that have been cut back for summer riding are just at face level for winter riding. So you kind of eat a lot of sticks. Which is kind of funny, because when I originally started making videos, I had called it a stick in the face production, or as if, which was suitable because a lot of the trails we rode were old, grown over trails, and you did take a lot of sticks in the face. Well, we're making really good progress. We're probably more than halfway up, and we haven't been riding terribly long, and we did stop a little bit to do a chain adjustment and just make sure everyone was good to go. So here we are at the base of the last climb up, and this is the only part that it really got a bit tricky. And tricky is probably not the right word. There's just a lot more snow and ice on this part. So at this point we really didn't think we were going to make it to the summit, but a little perseverance and some struggle and we were good to go. And for me that was a little bit less of a struggle once I figured out that once the 650 had packed things down, I could get a little bit of a run, and then it was all 300, baby. Well, I got pretty lucky there and made it almost to the top. Still got a little ways to go, but you know what? We're going to get there. Now it's time to go back and check on everyone else and see how they're making out.
Well, that was a climb. As soon as you get momentum, you're good.
Well, I think Conan the Barbarian said it best when he said to crush the hill, ride a 300, and hear the lamentations of the 650.
I'll get her.
Or at least that's how I think that quote goes.
Oh, you got to get to the top.
You know, Mount Everest is probably littered with the corpses of people that had that do-or-die attitude that they had to get to the top at all costs. That's not the case here. We're going to be okay, no one's going to die, and this is not Mount Everest. Though with all my huffing and puffing that's coming up, you'd think we were at altitude. So at this point I'm kind of regretting not just yelling encouragement versus going down and hauling bikes, because I've now hiked down the steep part of this hill in motocross boots on snow and helped pull bikes up, and now I'm struggling to get back up the hill. Alright, well, we cleared near the last obstacle and just a little bit further to go, but we're going to have to work for it. Well, there's just one of the realities of being a rider. First and foremost, if someone crashes, you're going to take a photo and you're going to laugh if they're not seriously injured. And then the next part, you're going to dive right in and you're going to help them out. The 650 will go anywhere you could put any bike, and particularly so with Lance riding it. But there's a little bit of a weight penalty when you get into the soft stuff.
The line down and they didn't want to fall. Where do you grab on this thing right here?
And just like that, the 650 pops clear of the snow trap and it's good to go.
Yeah, buddy.
Now that the three of us have torn the hill up and left a bit of a mess here for Trevor to get up, it's going to be a bit more of a struggle. And then me pulling on his bike, pulling him off angle is not going to help.
Holy shit, that was... Maybe he'll be good.
Trying to get it. I'll give you a push. I'll push you over that hump.
Hold on, man. Maybe get on this side. Could you pull it away from me?
Okay.
We'll just try it from there.
I can push you again. As long as you don't spin the wheel too much, you should be able to climb out of this.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. We're almost at the top, but almost isn't all the way, so we've just got to go a little bit further. And here's my attempt to go all the way. And probably like many of you when you go out on dates, it doesn't work out for me.
You're funny, you can walk on top right here.
Yeah. Just a sec, let me get my back end up and over now.
Funny, you almost made it. And I was getting ready to dump right in behind you. There is one real big spot. Oh, I should have got a picture of that.
This feels like we're not there yet.
If you want to go to the top, we can go.
It is kind of silly how the brain works, but we're only like 20 meters off from the top, and it's not really the top, it's not any higher, it's just the traditional spot that you stop because you run out of trail. And you just feel compelled to get there, so we're gonna go.
There we go. Now we're at the top.
Alright, and the bunny is satisfied, and so am I.
Later, little struggle bunny.
Oh, go find shelter.
Now the question will be, who gets the struggle bunny?
I feel like I was struggling pretty hard. Keep that front wheel, man. You keep that
There's
front
a
wheel.
650 making some big ruts.
Hey, listen, that was all excuses on the way there. I'm in my own ruts on the way back.
Did you put her down yet?
Nope.
Oh,
Look at these legs. They're fucking so long. It's hard.
You can hit the ground through.
You gotta get on his ass. Put the heat on him a little bit.
Ah,
Chase me to mistakes.
first ride, man. I'm not
First
ready
ride,
to
the
do
rides never end. Come on, you know.
No. Come on, bunny.
All right, the obligatory good-natured chirping out of the way. It's time to get down off this hill. And as much as Chris tried to jinx me to get me to fall because everyone else had fallen, it doesn't pan out because I've got the power of the bunny. So there's a few things to slow you down as you come down the hill. One of them is to have a healthy respect for where all your internal organs are and not wanting to displace them with a tree. And the other one is, well, all those tree branches that keep smacking you in the face. And there is one more thing, and that's these guys. Because you don't want to come flying around a corner and run into the front of a buggy.
3 more coming.
And we really lucked out with the conditions today, and we're able to get all the way up to the top. So that's going to pretty much round out this video. I'm going to let it play out from here, and I'll say that the next set of videos are going to be, well, from the sunny south, because we're headed to Georgia.